We're going to go through this one again. Sorry everybody, this is Wraith with Metal Truthers. I've actually tried to record this video twice now, and my fucking camera keeps fucking up on my phone. So, hopefully this will go through the way I want it to. I can't guarantee anything, people. This phone's a piece of shit, so. Alright, first off, like I've already said fucking 5 times now thanks to this damn phone. I'm going to start off with the migrant crisis. You're now listening to a Metal Truthers episode, so let's get into this. Migrant crisis. Don't bring them over here. Plain and simple. If you are going to bring them over here, which we know they are because the government doesn't give a fuck about us and what we think and how the people actually feel, then do what you did to the Native Americans. Fuck them the same way you fucked the Native Americans. Section off a piece of land. I prefer a fence being around that piece of land. You know, find some state that none of us really give a fuck about. Find some state that's underpopulated in the middle of fucking nowhere. Fence it off. Take the people out of there that were born here. Put them in another state where they have a chance to get a job. Boost the economy or whatnot. Take those fucking migrants. Put them in that little state. Call it a reservation. And there you go. They need a form of income? Build them a fucking casino. You know? They shouldn't be coming to our country telling us to change our values for them. So no, I do not support the migrants. Plus, I mean, go look at the news. Just go look at the fucking news. There's massive rape epidemics going on all over Europe, which my co-host did very well on covering. In fact, mad props to you, Brandon, on your last video. You did great, brother. If my screen goes black, guys, I'm just going to keep recording and hopefully it records everything, because I don't know what the hell is going on with this camera. It just keeps fading in and out, so we'll see how it goes. But, so that's my take on the migrant situation. Since the government's not going to host them in their fucking houses and things like that, then what we need to be doing... Sorry, it's a little windy, guys. It takes me a second to light my cigarettes. I'm outside doing a little nature walk while I make my video, because, I mean, I work outside all day, but it's not the same digging holes and shit as it is just walking around being in nature, you know? But, yeah, that's my take on the migrants. You want them here? Find a state that no one gives a fuck. Take the real Americans out of there. Help them get jobs somewhere else in a better state with a better economy. Because they fucking deserve it. They were born here. They've put in their time here. They went through your stupid ass school programs. They've worked your stupid ass fucking minimum wage jobs that don't pay for anything. Most people on minimum wage jobs have to have 2 to 3 fucking jobs just to survive. So, yeah, take the real Americans out. Get them jobs. Help them get housed. Then bring your migrants over here. That's how I feel about it. I don't like them. I do not like them. Why? Because none of them are Christians. None of them are Jews. None of them are even the non-radical Muslims. These people are specifically taking in refugees that are part of the radicalized tribe of Islam. That's what they're doing. Plain and simple. If you can't fucking see it, you're an idiot. And why don't you fucking host the migrants in your house? Because obviously you love them so goddamn much. So, you take the punches. Alright, let's move on to Oregon now. Of course, not too many people know about our channel yet. But I fucking called it, didn't I? I fucking called it. I told y'all not to go there. I told everybody that if they went there, it was just going to make things worse. They're under siege. This is going to end up being another fucking Waco at this point. Guaranteed. It's a promise. If these fucking militiamen do not get out of there right now... See, the government's telling them, we're just going to wait you out. They're going to let them go peacefully. That's not how it works. They're not going to let y'all go peacefully. They might let you get home peacefully. But you're fucking gone after that. I guarantee you that you're already charged as a domestic terrorist, you idiot. God damn, y'all fucked up. Y'all couldn't wait till the people were on your side. No, you had to rush willy-nilly into this shit. So you deserve what you're gonna get. In my personal opinion. Because you should have fucking waited. Been smart. Been strategic. You should have used some military tactic in there. Instead of fucking rushing out with nothing. You people don't even have food there. How goddamn stupid is that? Really? Y'all are gonna settle in a place indefinitely with no fucking food? No provisions? No supplies? Really? This is why false flags written all over this shit. Because a true militia in the United States, I know militiamen. I actually at one point wanted to join a militia here in Texas. Couldn't. You want to know why? Because you have to own at least a minimum of 2 firearms to sign up with most of the militias down here. I don't own any firearms. 2, you have to be an NRA member to be in most militias down here. Again, I don't own a gun. Not that I don't want to own a gun, but I'm too fucking broke to afford a gun. Because they made it like that intentionally. No, I'm so frustrated, people. Because y'all haven't been listening. Y'all haven't been standing up. Y'all aren't doing anything. Y'all are just sitting there on your asses and hoping all this shit's gonna fly past you and America's gonna go back to being all fucking cake and ice cream. That's not how it works. There's no cake and ice cream after this party, boys. There is nothing for you other than a tyrannical government, a communist one-world government. I mean, it's coming. They even tell you it's coming on the mainstream now. They're telling you it's coming. It's fucking pathetic, man. And you know, Brandon covered a lot of good subjects, man. Like I said, I give you mad props on that last video, brother. You did great. I'm the truly angry one about all this stuff. Like, Brandon keeps a pretty level head. I throw punches. I don't give a fuck. You know? I was born and raised in the hood. I moved to the country. And because of that, like, my whole mentality's kind of been, like, misconstrued now. Like, I used to just be really violent, really thuggish, because I had to be. Now I live more like a fucking working blue-collar class man, and, you know, I'm a labor worker. I have to break my ass, blood, sweat, and tears to get my money. So, this is what I'm going to put to y'all. There's still a chance to turn things around. Of course, that's only if you dumbass militia guys that went out all willy-nilly and shit didn't just help Obama pass an executive order that he talked about a few years ago, but y'all didn't fucking remember that shit, I guess. I guess y'all didn't pay attention to when he talked about the fact that he wanted to pass an executive order to disband militias within this country because in this modern age, we have no reason to fear our government. So, let's get into some other stuff now. Just scrolling through the news feeds earlier, looking at different articles. Black guy runs up 16-year-old pregnant girls eating pizza with their boyfriend, demands money, shoots him. Where the fuck is that all over the news? You know, when a black person kills another black person, it ain't a fucking problem. But if a white person defends himself against a black person, it's a racial issue. Black man jumps a white man, there's no issue with that. White man jumps a black man, there's a racial issue there. Fuck y'all. You know what? Fuck y'all. Straight up. I'm sick of this shit. Black Lives Matters, y'all want to make a move? Fucking do it against your own goddamn people. Get rid of the gangbangers. Stop letting them kill off your fucking race. It ain't a bunch of white people doing it. It's your own goddamn people. But of course, I'm a racist because I'm pointing this fact out. I grew up in the hood. Around a bunch of thug-ass, bitch-ass motherfuckers. And guess who they killed? Each other. Over dumb shit. Drugs. Couple of cents in your pocket. Pair of shoes. Fucking t-shirt. You got shot. Black man kills another black man every fucking day. You never hear about it. White people, say anything. Just open our fucking mouths about it. We're racist. Fuck you. And your politically correct bullshit. I'm proud to be white. I am white pride. I'm not white power. No, the white race is not superior to everyone else. We're just a little more psychotic than the rest of you. I get that through your heads. Y'all are about to start a fucking race war. Y'all are really about to start a race war. People are angry. The white people are angry. You black people think y'all are angry about some shit that happened a couple 100 years ago. Well, where was this Black Lives Matters movement back during Jim Crow? Where was Black Lives Matters back when Martin Luther King got shot? Where were y'all then? Nowhere. Nowhere to be found. Sure, there were protests, there were riots, there was all that stuff, but they did it in a smart fucking way. They had an actual purpose. You people come out after you already got a black fucking president. And guess what? Not trying to be racist here, but go look at statistics. More white people vote than black people. So how the fuck did Obama get elected if we're all racist? You ignorant pieces of shit need to go back to school. You need to do some research. Because you're all gonna die if you don't. Everybody in America is gonna die. White, black, Mexican, Jewish, fucking doesn't matter. You're all gonna die. Why? Because you've allowed everything to happen to where the government's just gonna step in and start taking you out one by one. You're either gonna fall in line or you're gonna be put in a hole. That's why they've got millions and billions of fucking coffins that can hold up to 5 bodies in each fucking coffin. That's why they've got FEMA camps all over the country. FEMA camps are on railroad tracks with only one way in, one way out. You know what that reminds me of? Probably won't remind you of anything because most of y'all didn't go to fucking school, and if you did, you didn't pay attention. You know what that reminds me of? The Holocaust. The extermination of the Jewish race. How did they do it? They put them in little fucking camps on railroad tracks with one way in, one way out. Fluoride in the water system. Disarmament of the people. Complete governmental control. Control of the education system, control of the religious systems, control of everything. It's happening here in America right now. Just because Obama is black doesn't mean he isn't the next fucking Hitler, people. God damn, what, Hitler has to be white all the fucking time? I mean, that man was white, yes. But the other figures in history who are white, not all of them were Hitler. Every black man you see isn't fucking Nelson Mandela, even though he was a piece of shit. So, yeah, there you go. Not everybody is who you think they are. Obama is he seems to be the reincarnation of Hitler, except instead of being after the Jews, he's after white people. Sounds a little bit racist, doesn't it? Then again, all you butthurt bitches are gonna say it's racist because, well, you're butthurt bitches. Fuck off. This is my country. I was born here. I have the right to say however I feel about the issues that are in my country. Now, I'm gonna go on to other topics again. What should we talk about at this point? Should we talk more about militias and how they're being demonized? Should we talk about how the presidential executive orders are all illegal? Nah, let's not go into that right now. I got a better idea. Brandon brought up a good point earlier, but I do have to call him out on something. Not trying to, put you down on this one. You talk about how Kim Jong-un is only 19, so he doesn't know what he's doing. Pause for a moment. Look back at world history. There have been plenty of rulers of great kingdoms, great nations throughout the world that took their office at the age of 13, 14. Now, granted, back in those days, there weren't a bunch of bombs. There weren't a bunch of fucking bullets all over the place. It was sword, shield, bow, and arrow, But nonetheless, young people can lead their countries properly if they are educated right. I happen to think that Kim Jong-un is probably a smart motherfucker. It's just, North Korea has always been pushed around. We can't deny that shit. They've always been pushed around. Their government is horrible to its people, which is one reason they're always getting pushed around. But nonetheless, we can't say that if this man were to get the proper education that he needs to get away from that communist system of control he's so endeaved into, he might turn into a good leader one day. He might do something good for his people, but somebody has to push him in the right direction. Now, let's talk about China for a second. The rising dragon of the East, the new world superpower. China is buying up every fucking thing they can here in America. There are so many land deals that were stolen away from people by the BLM and have now been sold to Chinese corporations. It's ridiculous. We outsource most of our manufacturing to places like India and China. We get most of our products from China. So their economy collapsing 4 times in 2 days, that's just showing you what's going to happen to America, but in a smaller proportion. See, America has no money right now. We're already back in another, I don't even want to call it a recession. I think we're in a depression now. To be honest with you, I mean, go look at the statistics from the holiday season. Go look at the real unemployment rates. Go look at the real transfer of money in this country, and you'll see our economy's shot. Nobody cares. Nothing good's going to happen. We are not in a recovery right now. We are in another recession, if not already in the first stages of a major depression. So, there's that aspect. But you know, it was stories like seeing that one about that 16-year-old girl that was shot by a black guy. You know, we're taking in all these refugees because they're in countries with all this terrorism and shit. How do we not already have terrorism in America under definition? I mean, look at it. Gangs are political terrorists. I know for a fact in Memphis, there have been several mayors that have been threatened by gangs so that their gang members won't get arrested when they're selling their drugs. That is the definition of terrorism, using violence to promote a political agenda. I mean, these people's families were threatened. And they knew that these guys were serious. That's why they always supported them. Because they knew they were serious. They knew their family was going to die if they said no. So we already have terrorism here. It's homegrown terrorism. Gangs. You know? And yes, Aryan Nation, y'all are considered in gangs. Sorry to tell y'all. You know, I may be white pride, I'm not white power. And I'm not an idiot. Y'all are a gang, and y'all need to stop fucking up too, because y'all are making the rest of us look really, really fucking bad. Everyone thinks we're all part of the Aryan Nation because of you. Just a few of y'all. Always out there creating a scene and being bad apples for the white race. Stop it. You know? Now, what I am going to say today is, I'm not making any predictions today like I have the past couple of days, which, funny enough, they seem to be coming out right in time and right online with what's going on. But I'm not going to give y'all any of those today. You want to know why? Because today, we need to focus on today. Today, we need to all start standing up and making your own videos, making your comments on our page about issues that you want us to discuss. Today is the day where we all need to stand up together as one voice and say, enough is enough. That doesn't sound like armed revolution now, does it? No, it doesn't. It's because it's not armed revolution, other than the fact that we're armed with our words and our feelings, and we're putting it out there to these people. So, I don't know what y'all want. Most of y'all obviously don't want a new America, a free America, because y'all keep helping these people support their agenda. You keep pushing the globalist agenda with your bad decisions. We want y'all to be free. Free thinkers. Just to have your rights. You know? The military's going to turn against either us or the government soon. That's for sure. We can see it coming. And sadly, I don't think they're going to turn on the government. You know? I really don't. I don't think the old veterans will, because they know what America's supposed to be. They know the oath that they swore to protect us. But these new soldiers don't know that oath. And if they do, they're blatantly ignoring it for a paycheck. Because right now, you've got National Guard up there surrounding the fuck out of those militiamen. But you're not hearing stuff about that. You're not hearing the news reports about how they're completely fucking surrounded. Now, that also begs to question, though. That's why I kind of think this is a government setup, and I do think it's a false flag, because they have these people under siege. How did those fucking militiamen from Idaho get in there? I mean, how did they get in there? If the government has sieged these people off, said they weren't going to let them get supplies, this, that, and the other, how did those people get in there? Ask yourself that for a second. And going off of something else that Brandon said earlier, talking about Obama, talking about, we both admit, we both feel the same way. He's a coward. Now, I agree to an extent that Obama is not a completely ignorant man. Obviously, he's not. He studied constitutional law well enough to know that everything he's doing is illegal, but he's found a loophole somewhere and he's doing it anyway. So, yeah, this man is pretty fucking intelligent. He knows what he's doing to this country, and he's doing it intentionally. I think a big part of this whole migrant wave crisis and all these, just every other day in America now, we're hearing all this, oh, there's going to be a terrorist attack here, there's a bomb threat there, there's a terrorist attack here, a bomb threat there, there's, this, and this. But there's never news coverage of gang violence. There's never news coverage of the white guy who gets beat down by 6 black guys. There's never any news coverage on real issues within this country. It's only the issues they want us to focus on, which usually are issues that really don't affect us. As long as they keep those migrants out of here, that won't affect us as Americans. But since they're bringing them over here, now it does affect us. And it affects us pretty fucking hardcore. And I'm not trying to say that all these migrants are terrorists. Some of them really are good people. Some of them. A very limited number, apparently, but some of them are. I mean, I'm just going by what I'm seeing all around the world, through all kinds of different news, from all kinds of different just reports that are going out everywhere from all these countries that have already taken these migrants in, and their crime rates are skyrocketing. Rape, robbery, murder, skyrocketing. Kind of like what happened in America when the gangs took over. The crime rate skyrocketed. Again, I'm not trying to say that the only people out there that are in gangs are black guys. There's white gangs out there. There's Mexican gangs causing just as many fucking problems. Gangs in general are part of what's destroying this country, but you're not hearing the media go after those assholes. They're going to use focal points like this Oregon militia stand, the San Bernardino shooting, the Philadelphia shooting, both done by terrorists supporting ISIS. Fucking Muslims did it. Radical Islamists did it. But the only thing you hear on the mainstream is we got to take the guns away from white people. We've got to stop all this. The white people are causing the problems. The only reason Oregon militia are still there is because of white privilege. Motherfucker, you want to know why they haven't done anything to those people yet? Because there's too many people watching what they're doing up there right now. That's the truth. All you idiots on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram talking about white privilege is the only reason they're not getting shot down right now. Motherfucker, trust me. It has nothing to do with white privilege. You want to know why your fucking black friends all got shot up in Ferguson and shit like that? Because they rioted. They destroyed their fucking town. Provocateurs were brought in from out of state just to destroy that community. That's why the cops and the National Guard showed up there. Because they were acting like a bunch of uncivilized fucking animals down there. That's the reality of it. The white people went down there trying to help them promote their shit. They jumped them. They jumped every white person that tried to sit there and stand with them, saying that the cops killing black kids that are unarmed was wrong. And y'all wonder why the National Guard came after you? Because you acted like a bunch of fucking uncivilized, degenerate animals. That's what happened. So, that might explain why the government's not moving right away on these people, because right now they're not acting like a bunch of uncivilized, degenerate animals. They're acting like a bunch of people with a mission. Although their mission may be fake, they're going about it the wrong way, yes. Until they fire that shot, nothing's going to happen to them. Until they get home. And then they get arrested because they were there. Charged with terrorism. Even though they didn't promote violence. They didn't use violence. They will be charged with terrorism. But did any of the black people from Ferguson get charged with domestic terrorism for destroying their fucking community? No. In fact, the mayor got on TV and said, oh, just let them do it. Y'all motherfuckers, man. Y'all are so backwards. Just so fucking backwards, man. Y'all are fucking disgusting. That's right, I said it. You're fucking disgusting. You want to know why? Because you won't stand up for anyone other than your people. Motherfucker, I'm trying to stand up for all races right now. I don't give a fuck if you're white, black, Hispanic, Asian. I don't give a fuck if you're a Martian from Nibiru, okay? I don't give a fuck if you're a reptilian. I don't give a fuck if you're a Pokemon. I don't give a fuck who you are. You can be a Jawa. I don't give a fuck. Whoever you are, if you're in America right now and you're being subjected to the same tyranny as the rest of us, I'm trying to stand up for you. Though yes, I do point out a lot of the problems in this country which are racially issued. Yes, it's a proven statistic that white people don't cause